What's happening, people? Dan Lawless here, West Ham Fan TV, and I'm here with a special guest for the opposition preview. Yeah. Touchline Tobes from Touchline Tottenham. That's right. I went on their podcast the other night, Behind Enemy Lines. Now I've brought him on our side of things to give him a bit of a grilling. How's it going, mate?
I'm good, man. You've mixed up the names a little bit. It's Tottenham Tobes from Tottenham and Hotspur, but
let me start that again. I was thinking.
It's fine.
All right. Yes, Tottenham Tobes. I didn't want to say that. I don't want to say Tottenham too much. I'm trying to limit how many times I say Tottenham in this. It's almost like I got a spit every time I say it. But yeah, no, it's good to finally have you on. Obviously, we've been speaking for a while, and I've done like a couple of your podcasts and things like that. And I thought, like, now this is a good time to get you on and grilling. He's always trying to banter me on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I want to see it, actually. If you hook me up with a link, I'll put the link down below to the show I came on with you guys. Because I think that was a really good show. Like, there was a lot of banter, a lot of good energy on that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
I think that's officially been released literally just like a few minutes ago. We got the visuals as well. So off the back of this, I'll send you the links, and then just feel free to share, man.
Yeah. It was literally like me with like 5 Tottenham fans, and I think I held my own.
After the pod, these are all like, Tobes, man, well done for getting down on me. He was a great guest. Like, I didn't really think that he'd be able to give it like that, because obviously there's 5 of us, and I thought he'd be outnumbered, but they were saying that you gave it as good as you got, which is good. It's
I appreciate it. Yeah, I had to. I knew I had to. It was like, when I say, I'm like, damn, 5 Tottenham fans here. Like, but it was good. So now, though, 1-on-1, we've got another derby, and going into it, like, even from yesterday, like I think you're loving life right now. You're very confident. You're enjoying it. Look, you're coming off the back of like a 6-1 demolishing of Man United. Like, you must be loving things right now.
Yeah, man. It's for the first time in a long time, like, it's a positive sort of atmosphere within Spurs right now. Like, not just the results, but like, if you look at the team we're building as well, like, it's just it's all coming. It's all coming to fruition as well. And like, you know me, I'm Jose Mourinho's biggest critic as well. And I still think there's more for us to see. But even the way in which some fans are literally like, some fans are so optimistic about his ability to deliver us a trophy with this squad. So now I'm like, you know what? The guy's been given a beefier squad. You've added the likes of Gareth Bale to the squad. Harry Kane and Sonny are playing out of their skin, etc., etc. So like, surely there's got to be no excuses now. Like, we need to go for it this season and literally put something in that trophy cabinet, because it's been a long time coming.
But what's changed, like, from seemingly the start of the season? When the start of the season happened, it looked like trouble's going to brew again, like Tottenham's falling off and Mourinho's going to be, and now it's like looking good. Like, what is that? What's the difference from like the start to like these past couple of games?
There's a couple things really. So for starters, he's getting the team selections right more than he did at the start of the season. The start of the season, that team selection was not good enough. Even some of his tactical changes in the second half, it didn't make sense, coupled with sort of like new players gelling, like a lot of players not performing to their level. But I think what you've seen in recent weeks now is, 1, players have built up their fitness. 2, new players are coming to the team to give us that injection of quality. And 3, like I said, the manager's actually picking a better lineup. Like, Ndombele's playing more matches. We're playing with 2 attacking fullbacks nowadays. We're playing a 4-3-3 instead of 4-2-3-1. We're getting the best out of the likes of Harry Kane and Sonny as well. So these are things that we should have been doing before. These are things that we should have been doing in absence of your Gareth Bales and whatnots. Like, we should have been playing like this anyway. And I think what we've seen the past couple of games is that, for the first time in a long time with Jose Mourinho, he's worrying about the opposition in terms of, like, he's making sure that our team can cope with whatever the opposition can cope at us. And he's also letting us sort of impose ourselves on the match. we're so used to literally setting up our team just to negate what the opposition has against us, as opposed to setting up our team to actually blow teams out of the water. And I think that's been one of the key noticeable differences for me over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, so it's this season we could see you completely turn around and be full Mourinho in, have a Mourinho avatar.
Yeah, man, it could happen. It could happen. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It could happen. And you know what? I don't care. Like, throw all the corn at me, call me a flip flopper, all of that. I don't give a damn. If it means that Spurs are finishing third and we're gonna get a trophy, throw all the insults at me. It won't matter. It really won't.
But like going into the game, what's your biggest concern? I mean, we're going to get into sort of your perspective on West Ham, but are there any sort of niggling doubts about Tottenham going into this that maybe, that just worry you a bit in going into this game?
What, for this game in particular, or just us in general?
Yeah, well, yeah, this game in particular. Like, if you're looking at this game, is there anything where you're thinking like certain parts of your team that still give you a little bit of cause for concern?
Yeah, definitely. I think even though we added Joe Rodon yesterday and whatnot, the centre back spot still, even though he's there, I still think it's the weakest area in our team. I think everywhere else you've got like firm, sort of like good or quality players in sort of like the starting positions, but centre back, we don't really still know like who is the outstanding centre back in that group. Alderweireld is the most composed, but his legs have gone. Davinson Sanchez is the most he's the sort of like the most physically superior centre back that we have in terms of pace and possibly strength, but he's clumsy. Eric Dyer, I don't really rate him at a centre back, but he's the tallest. Like, he can head the ball out, and he's probably a better ball player than Dyer. And then you got Joe Rodon, Tanganga. We don't really have sort of like a distinctly sort of quality centre back. So that's the only thing that worries me, and especially when we're playing West Ham as well. I know I said on our pod that, like, yeah, we managed Antonio well the last time he played us, but I mean, Antonio literally scores against us like every other game. So even though I still think we're going to win, that part of the team worries me, because I know that at any given time he can just turn one of our defenders inside out. So I'm just banking that any chance that he gets, he just misses it. So,
yeah, I'm hoping he's on form, because he's confident. He is, I think, the most informed striker in the Premier League right now. Up there. I mean, Calvert-Lewin is on form in a shorter time, but obviously it depends what period you're looking at. But he is up there, Antonio. So we're hoping he's fully on his game. Rodon can't play, can he?
I don't think he can play tomorrow, because I don't think he was registered in time.
Yeah. So that's good. Another player who can't play, I'd be interested to hear what you think about this, is Ben Rama, because through this whole Ben Rama saga, right, I had 3 people tweeting me for it. I had you tweeting me when it was on and off. I had Clinton Ford from Southern Geordies, and I had Daniel from Eyes on the Ball TV when it was off, like tweeting me like, oh, it's off, and they tweet me, oh, it's on and off, like on the wind up, and now it's done. Like, what's your perspective like on Ben Rama?
I like him, man. I think he's a Premier League player. I think, as I said, my only concern was that, like, that big game against Fulham in the playoff final, like, you didn't switch it on. Like, you're meant to be their best player, man. That's your biggest match of the season. You gotta find. I know it's been a long season, but you have to find something in the tank. And like, he was easily one of their poorest performers on the day. But that's one game, man. I think you watch him play. He is a bona fide Premier League player in terms of his dribbling, his vision, his shooting, his wizardry. I'm not going to say he's going to be as good as Payet, because I think Payet was on another level to Ben Rama, but I think he can come in. I know you said that he's not David Moyes' player, and I do agree with that, but I think he can come in and sort of sprinkle that magic that I feel like your attack has been missing. I think Bowen, you got like a really good option on the right-hand side for goals, directness, work rate. Fornals, you got work rate, a bit of technique, but I think Ben Rama literally comes in and adds that little sort of
that creativity,
that sprinkle quality into your attack. Just gives you that ingenuity, because there are some games where maybe your robust methods won't work, and he can literally just come on and beat 3 players and put the ball in a sixpence for Antonio or Haller. I think it's a really good signing for West Ham, to be honest.
Obviously, look, we've coming into this game like 2 wins on the bounce, 7 goals, 0 conceded. And again, I always point to that Arsenal game. Should have won that, but they do it all the time. They're the jammiest club ever.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
yeah, what's your sort of take on West Ham as a whole, like foot playing wise?
Phew. I don't know. You know, is West Ham are such a conundrum of a club because like that Wolves result shocked me. I didn't. I was like, what? 4-0. And when I watched it as well, like it could have been like 5-6-0. And then Leicester as well. The Leicester result shocked me too because I thought Leicester were going to beat you. But to win that 3-1 as well, and to win it in the manner you won it as well, I, you're just a bag of revels with West Ham. Like I don't know what I'm going to get from West Ham. Like you're a team. You're a team on paper that shouldn't really be battling for relegation. Like when you look at the squad, man for man. Sorry, one sec. Someone's at my door.
That's all right.
When you look at the squad, man for man, yeah, you shouldn't really be in the relegation battle. But the problem with West Ham is your mentality is so weak sometimes and fragile that like the minute something goes bad, once it gets to 2 losses, it can easily stretch to 4, 5, 6 losses on the bounce, and your heads just drop. And I don't understand why that is, but I do think now with that sort of base of Rice and Souček in midfield, I think, and with the attack as well, I think you'll be in a good position. One sec.
Yeah, that's the big thing that I'm hopeful. And I said on your show is the way we're set up. Some of the perception, some of the guys on the podcast was like, yeah, West Ham are going to set up like 2 bags of floor and sit deep, and we've got. And I don't think it's going to be quite that. Yeah, we're playing a back 5, but I think the way we're playing, and if you see against Wolves and Leicester, you're not looking at a Burnley, Big Sam defensive.
Yeah.
Or even sometimes a Moyes thing, like we will look to attack. It's just picking the moments, and again, it's about that transition. And I think that's the key thing is the way we can transition from defense to attack. And we dealt with Vardy in the way he likes to get in behind. It's going to be a bit more of a handful with Son and Kane. So I'm hoping we can deal with it. The big question, obviously, everyone's asking is, will we see the golfer?
I think we will. You know, I think we will. I don't think we'll see him from the off, because I feel like Jose Mourinho is going to go with sort of tried and trusted. Lamela played really well against Man United in the first half. In fact, you know what? That's an exaggeration. He didn't play that well, but he was influential. And
he shouldn't even been on the pitch after that. In fact, he shouldn't even be available for this game.
He should have been sent off. But I think he's going to go tried and trusted. Either Lucas Moura or Lamela will start. But I do think we're going to see Gareth Bale come on in the second half. And I mean, we know what happened the last time Gareth Bale played West Ham. We know what happened. You were probably at that game at Upton Park when he scored that screamer as well. So listen, I think it's going to be big, man. I think it's going to be. So before we even go touch into Gareth Bale as well, I just deeped it as well. Yeah, you lot's signings over the past few months. So you signed Bowen in January, you signed Souček on loan in January, then permanently in the summer. Obviously, you signed Craig Dawson, but you signed Ben Rama as well. Low key, your profile signings are getting better and better because now you're actually signing players that are going to be beneficial for the team and not just
so far at right back as well. And
so far at right back too, because I know you had a big problem with that as well, like in terms of buying all these players that don't really fit into your team. And it's a funny thing you mentioned about transition as well. I think we've got to be very wary if they both play at 4 nows and Bowen in transition. Antonio is going to be Antonio. We know he's going to be a problem, but I think Bowen and 4 nows are crucial to you lot in transition, as are Souček and Rice. I think Declan Rice, a lot of people underrate his ability to soak up pressure, break up play, and give it to one of these players who can hit us on the break. So it's gonna be an interesting match. I'm still confident we're gonna win, but you're right. It's not gonna be like a Burnley come in and put 11 men behind the ball and do nothing for the game. I think there will be periods where you lot will definitely look to hit us.
I was disappointed the last time we played you guys because I didn't feel we even turned up, and that was because usually it is a game where we at least turn up, even if we don't get something out of the game. And in fact, we didn't turn up, but we thankfully went on a good run after that. But I would have taken a loss at one of the other teams and just to put that in, because it's always it's just always beautiful because Tottenham act like they don't care, but as soon as they lose or they win, you hear how much Tottenham fans care about this game.
No, we care. Don't let any Spurs fan lie to you. We definitely care, but we only care because you lot care more. You lot are so literally putting our names through the mud. And when we beat you, it's just like, yes, like another reason to put this club back in their place. And that's what we want on Sunday.
We'll see. It's just because Spurs fans are so insufferable, and someone put asked this question. It was like, why do Spurs like think that they're? Someone's talked about obviously in a personal life, I think they're so high and mighty, and then in a football way, I think they're so high and mighty. And that's our perception of you guys, that you guys feel that you're on this higher level, and we're like we try and like bring you back down to reality. And I think that's, you need us to keep you grounded, keep you level headed. We're doing it because we care. We don't want you guys getting carried away.
Okay, whatever.
So yeah. I'm hoping this week, this Sunday, I predicted 3-2 on the podcast. I'll stick with it, and I hope we keep you grounded on there. What is are you sticking with your prediction? Are you going to change it? What's your score prediction?
Nah, my score prediction is not going to change. I'm going for 3. I think we're going to win that 3-1. I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet for obvious reasons that I just mentioned earlier on. But I do think we're going to have enough in our team from the off and off the bench to literally put you lot away. I think 3-1. Harry Kane going to get on the score sheet because he always gets in the score sheet against West Ham. So yeah, we'll see.
I'm thinking 3-2. Souček going to score. Antonio's got to get a goal. He's got to get a goal in there. And
if I see donkey celebration again, if I see him do that stupid donkey celebration he did when he scored at our ground, I'm going to lose.
He violated it badly. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I need to try and get you on after the game, especially if we win, hopefully. I'd love it. I would love it. But
yeah,
in the meantime, like, guys, you can go check out the podcast. I will put the link below, and you can hear Toes was talking about meeting up or bumping into Ravel Morrison after his beautiful goal that season on holiday.
Yeah, that was
that's like poetic. The fact that you kept bumping into him after he completely violated your stadium, the old ground.
He really did as well. I can't even say anything about that. He did.
That is one for the history book. So yeah, but no, I appreciate you coming on, mate, this morning.
No worries.
And yeah, we'll see what happens in the game. Like I said, just know, I think whatever there is, one of us is going to be insufferable. That's what I know.
Yeah, I hope it's me, and I'm sure it's going to be.
yeah, we'll see. So in the meantime, what are the social media profiles? I know I butchered the name Tottenham Toes, but is it at Tottenham Toes? Or?
So yeah, at Tottenham Toes on Twitter and Instagram, and then for the main sort of podcast, Touchline. So I think it's at Spurs_Touchline or Touchline Fracas. So Touchline Fracas, one word, or at Spurs_Touchline. Just find us there. Like, I know it's a mouthful, but we're everywhere. So yeah, it's a big group.
Yeah. So do check it out, guys, and check back for all of the watch along. We're gonna have a watch along, obviously, so you get to see us hopefully celebrating all the goals live. And post match pie and all of that fan cams after, and hopefully I can get Tobes back on after the game and rub it in his face. We'll see. So nice one. Yeah, thanks, mate. And we'll see everyone next time. So